All I could do is walk in the bedroom and just sit there and cry.
On the morning of August 16, 2001, 11-year-old Shannon started out her summer day as she normally would. After Mom left for work, she got up, had breakfast, and went outside. She's the life of the party. She would make anybody smile. She loved old people. She'd help old people out. She went down the street, sat with an old woman all day long on the front porch, helping her get water. Shannon's just a bright little girl, and she loved everybody. But the morning of August 16th was the last time she was seen alive. 60 days later, her body found in a wooded hunting area about 17 miles from her home. Her killer still at large today. It was a crime that shook a community.
They think different, they do things different. I think they're basically abominations of our society. Most of them, anyone that would kill a child is an abomination, in my opinion. You know, she's fixing to have a birthday next Monday, and I'm gonna have to come up here and go to this. Can't see her in person. I gotta go to the cemetery to visit my daughter, and it's not right. I should be able to go to spend time with my daughter on her birthday, not go to the cemetery and spend time with her.
Firefighter Combat Challenge simulates skills firefighters need every day. They run the course in full gear, climbing stairs, spraying hoses, and swinging sledgehammers. One Montgomery team has been breaking records for the last few years and plans to continue this time around.
2014 and 2015, we not only broke the record, but we also came in first place, so we were world record champions for 14 and 15.
District Fire Chief Jonathan Stewart is proud to be part of hosting the competition again this year. It's a grueling course that only features the best of the best.
There's courses across the seas. We all come together. Sometimes we speak broken English here, but it comes all together and we have a lot of fun.
That means many competitors traveled for almost an entire day to be here, like the team from Kuwait.
It's a long trip. We have been flying for 15 hours, then we had been ride by car for 5 hours more.
Yusuf Al-Matrouk and his team of 8 were here last year, and they are very excited to return to the capital city.
It's a very quiet and cool country. The people here, they were very friendly, and I told you at the beginning, we are very proud about these people and these guys here.
Fuller House came back this year. A lot of classic rock bands got back together, right? We fall right into that. Old, obsolete, suddenly we're back together.
John Garrett and Tommy Fields of the John and Tommy Morning Show are celebrating their first year back on air at Y102. The two were a dynamic duo here in the late 90s until they took a bit of a hiatus in 2003.
We were apart for about 13 years, and then John called me up one day and said, "Hey, you want to do a morning show?" And I was like, okay.
The pair reunited at another station.
And we were there for a little while, and then Y102 called and said, "Hey, we want to get you guys back over here where you belong." And so, yeah, we started here about a year ago.
The Mars that is Bruno on Y102 with John and Tommy.
Since then, they've been going strong with all the hits.
We didn't know it was going to be as big as it has gotten in a year. Not to say that we're taking over the world yet. But we figured, all right, we'll come back here and do our thing. It takes a while to kind of get a foothold, but it has actually come quicker than we thought, and we're very thankful for that.
John and Tommy say that being back at Y102 feels like home, and it's great broadcasting to a new yet familiar audience.
It is weird because there's this phenomenon right now of older folks who listened to us when they were kids, and so we've all grown up together.
It's kind of almost like a little reunion. And it's really fun to have people say, "Oh yeah, I grew up listening to you, and now my kids listen to you."
A few things have changed since their first run. Music, of course, and management. John and Tommy agree that there's no place they'd rather be.
I get up at 4 o'clock every morning. John gets up a lot earlier than I do. So if it wasn't worth it, we wouldn't do it.
The top thing millennials tell me they'd like to see in their city is green space and nightlife. The downtown of Montgomery has turned from a ghost town to an entertainment district in the past 8 years. But is it enough? Ashley Jernigan is with a group called Emerge Montgomery.
They represent young professionals in the River region with goals aimed at helping millennials grow in the community. She says while it may not be enough yet, it is a good start.
We had groups, we had small groups, large groups to come together and find out what is it that you needed. We said we needed a food scene, places like Central, places like Saza, places open.
Chady and Robinson say is a huge reason they stay.
You would have to wait 20 years, before sitting in front of a mayor or a city commissioner or the Chamber of Commerce president,
right,
or the president of some of these larger companies, where here they want to hear what you have to say and they want your input.
Do you think, as a Montgomeryan especially, that there is a problem with the millennials who have grown up here realizing what's going on?
Yeah, absolutely. We feel, growing up here, being here for so long, we feel like we've done any and everything that there is to do in Montgomery.